Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Well, today I've got a tutorial with a twist for you. Today we're going to learn how to do a hybrid flyby. Now you've heard of a drive-by, but not a hybrid flyby. That's using the best of both worlds. Those of you that watch my channel know that I like to do all my drone moves manually and not using all the electronic functions. Well, today it's going to be a hybrid of the both. So you're going to learn how to do something really intricate that looks amazing, but it's really easy to do. So without further ado, we'll get the drone in the air and we'll see if I can teach you something. So thank you. So first of all, I'm just in hover, and what we need to do is highlight the object that we're going to be filming. So let me just highlight it. And I've done that. So what I've done is I highlighted the object and the drone should track it. I'm just pushing right on the right stick. I don't know if you can see that, but the drone is now just looking at the tower and it's doing the pan for me. All I'm doing is moving the right stick. Okay, so I'm just going to line myself up just ever so slightly to the right hand side of the tower, and then I'm going to push forward on this stick here, making sure my hands are on the screen for you. So I'm going to push forward on this to push forward and fly forwards. As I get closer to the tower, I'm probably going to start to see that this auto track is going to start to turn a little bit to the left as I fly past it. As that happens, what I want to try and do is keep the momentum of the drone to fly past. So as I'm pushing to 12 o'clock, when I start to see that the drone's automatically turning to the left, I want to start slightly pushing this right hand stick to the right. So I'll go from 12 o'clock slowly to 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and then 3 o'clock. As I've got past the object, so the tower, then the drone will start to turn the opposite way on its own, but I want to keep the flight in the same. So basically I'm wanting to fly, you can't see on the screen, so I want to just fly past, but the drone's going to stay looking at that tower. So I'll go past once and you'll get the general idea. I might need a couple of attempts to do it, but all being well, you'll get the general idea as to what to do. So as soon as I start to move, I know it's going to start to look at that tower, so I'm starting to do it now. Can you see? Now it's 3 o'clock, now 4 o'clock, and as it goes past 5 o'clock, eventually 6 o'clock. But you get the general idea, don't you? So I'm just going to turn the drone slightly towards me again, and then I'll just get a bit more altitude. It's going to look down towards the tower a little bit as you gain altitude, because it's trying its best just to keep looking at the tower. I'll move slightly to the right. There we go. It's going to do the same thing. I apologise in advance about the sun, but you'll get the general idea. So instead of going to 1 o'clock, I'm going to be going to 11 o'clock, and then 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and I can see the drone flying past me now, and so forth, and you get the general idea. Once you've done it a few times, you'll be able to crack it and suss it and do a really nice maneuver where you're getting it into the right location. Getting a little bit of signal interference today for some reason, I don't know why. I've done the latest update. I might have to check on that, but get lined up again. You don't want to be too close to the tower, so then you get the general idea. There we go. Spiders crawling on me at the moment. Right, here we go. So I'm going to go again. I won't go as fast this time, and it'll start to look at the tower a little bit more, and I'm starting to go to 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. You want to be around about 3 o'clock by the time you're along the side of it. can you see? And then as it flies past, I'm then going to go to nearer towards 4 o'clock. Getting a lot of glare from the sun, unfortunately, so I apologise in advance, but I think you get the general idea that by the time you've passed it, you're at 6 o'clock again. So I'll do another move where I've got the sun behind me, so let me just line up the drone again. But it's a really good manoeuvre. It's a lot easier than doing it manually. It's a lot safer as well. If it's in an open object like this, it's actually quite okay once you've done it a few times, but it's just a nice looking manoeuvre than just simply rotating around somewhere. So I'm just going to go over to the left slightly. So I've got the sun behind me. The only problem with that is that it's going to look a little bit glared again when I look back on myself. So I'll try and do it this way if I can. So there we go. So fly past again. So push forward on the right stick. Not having to do anything. The drone's starting to look at it again. So I want to be now at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and eventually 6 o'clock. But you get the general idea. So I hope you've learnt something with this move. I call it the hybrid flyby. There's probably another technical term for it. You can do it manually, so you can turn off the automatic options there. I'm just going to bring the drone back round, and you'll probably see that it's not quite as smooth when you do it manually, but it is doable, but you're having to use both sticks instead. So if I come back on myself again, there we go. So I'm going to push forward on the right stick, but then I'm going to manoeuvre with the left stick and do what the drone was doing on the automatic tracking mode. So here we go. So I'm going to slightly turn to the right, and at the same time I'm doing the opposite with the controller, can you see? But you have to be really careful to do it manually, because you're having to literally counteract each finger's movement with the controller, and then pull down so it pulls away from the tower. But I just find it a lot harder to do manually. I think it's a much better way to do it remote hybrid, with both the auto tracking as well as the manual usage of the stick as well. And you can do it in different ways as well. So if you like, you go back to the tracking, you can do it with a little bit of a height altitude change as well. So if you're, wow, there's a lot of glare coming from that. Perhaps I should have put a filter on the lens today. But if I sort of change altitude, so I'll pull back but also gain altitude and come back away from the tower, I'll sort of look down towards it there with the gimbal. So there we go. So if I do it again, so I'm at a different altitude, and then highlight the tower. So there we go, it's going to track it. So it's now engaged. And then you can do the same, perform the same move using just the right stick. But if you want to use the left stick as well, then the best way to do that, if you're using the hybrid mode, is to use that stick to bring down the altitude. And what it'll do is it'll create a different look using the same kind of maneuver. I'm now at 3 o'clock as I've passed it, and as I go further away, it'll automatically look like it's panning up and getting a good shot of the tower. I'm now at 6 o'clock, and it's a nice move. I think it looks really good. So do practice it. Give me your comments once you've had a go at this, but I just think it's a nice way of doing it, because most people lock onto the object and then just rotate around it, which is absolutely fine. So if I push to the left, it'll rotate around the tower, but everybody can do that. But the flybys look really fantastic, especially if you've got the right object, and obviously not got the sun behind you as well. So I'll sign off now. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry for my waffling a little bit, but I don't do these scripted at all, as you can probably tell. I'd rather do them natural. Mistakes as well, leave them in. But yeah, it's easy for me to do that rotation, as you can see, but I just think that the flybys just add that little bit extra. I'll do one more as I'm coming back towards myself. I've only got 9 minutes flight time left anyway, so as I come towards myself, it's going to start to look towards the tower. And if I just use that right hand stick, it just gives a nice look as I'm passing, make sure I'm at 3 o'clock, and then that's how you know and can gauge that you're doing all right. Come back down to 4. You can hear the drone coming back towards me as well, so you know you're doing the right thing. And it's just a nice look to the drone anyway. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. To those of you that already have, thank you ever so much. Tomorrow I'm going to be out filming with the competition winner at Scamenden Dam Reservoir. So I'm looking forward to that, although it's going to cost me dearly because I've got to buy breakfast and lunch. Got the t-shirt sizes for the winner, and they'll be getting the Fly With Me mug as well. So I look forward to doing that video because it's the first time I've taken a member of the public out with me. I did actually off camera bump into a fellow drone pilot called Jeff. So nice to meet you, Jeff. He was having issues with his Mavic Pro, so I've just given him a little bit of advice to try and help with that. He was having issues with takeoff and also some SD card issues as well. So hopefully you're managing to get back up into the air, Jeff, and it'd be great to see you on the channel as a subscriber as well, and I look forward to communicating with you if you need any further advice. So all the best, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Take care. Bye.